this.
I wouldn't say no to one, darling. I don't know.
And it's true, innit? It's true. I wouldn't say no to a Grammy, even if I was nominated for Best Latino. I wouldn't care.
In it.
I wouldn't care, fam.
Best reggae.
Best ad-libs. Thank you very much.
I don't just give it. I'm good. I'm putting it in my mum's cabinet, fam.
Grammy award for best ad-libs.
Right. Okay. So, very excited. Nostalgia program. So recently, if you don't know, Netflix have managed to wrangle up free free shows with female protagonists in the comedy genre, sitcom thing or whatever. Girlfriends, Moesha, and Sister, right?
Yeah.
First of all, let me just say that I think I watched 6 seasons of Sister in about 8 days. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of.
I ran through that, and one of my main takeaways for Sister is that Lisa made that show. Like
100%.
Lisa made that show, and there's so many sexual innuendos in that show that that just went straight over my head as a teen.
Wild.
And also Ray is hilarious when you watch as a grown person.
Yeah.
Especially when they start doing the bloopers, like in the latter seasons. Ray is so funny. And yeah, the wardrobe, some of the stuff they were wearing, I was like, I would rock that right now. But yeah, Sister by far was one of the best things that they've managed to wrangle up, like I said.
I found the earlier seasons proper jarring though.
Yeah.
The earlier seasons where they didn't have their swag, oh my God. Although there are some classic episodes like when Tia tries to do her own hair, like that. And
the car one always busses me up.
The car one, when the mum comes and do you love me? Do you love me? Them type of early ones were sick.
Yeah.
And then like season 2 and 3, it's like, oh my gosh, guys, get together. But it's still consistently, like one thing I will say about Sister that Moesha does not have is consistency and growth. Like, and you see that the natural evolution of their lives, like they're going to school, this is what they're doing. This is they grow into the people that they end up being naturally. Like it's not no random, like all of a sudden Tia's got an attitude problem out of nowhere. Like it makes sense. Like only thing that is mad random is that every other episode there's a new guy that they're going out with, but like obviously life, isn't it? And school as well. So I had to kind of overlook that. But it's another thing that I took away from it is that I didn't realize back then how it's so heavily centered around dating, like having a boyfriend all the time.
But you know what? I was on either T or Tamira's Instagram profile, and she was talking about, I don't know which one it was, but she was talking about realizing, watching some of the old episodes back and realizing herself, like how genuinely, how boy crazy she was. Like she said that she was, because somebody asked the question like, oh, did you guys get to choose, you know, who was going to be the more intellectual twin and who was going to be like the more party twin, like doesn't really, you know, like responsibilities and stuff. And she was just like, yeah, but we actually realized, like watching it back, and obviously now she's got a daughter, just realizing it was 8 or something, and hearing her talking about boyfriend. She's like, she's seeing it already in her, just how like obsessed you can be as a preteen or a teen of sex. And it's just like when it's on screen, it's just like, and a different scenarios, it just looks mad. Because even when I'm watching it back now, I'm like, All right, man.
Guys, yeah, fully.
All right. It's
fully.
Not love.
The episode where my man creeps into the bedroom on the slumber party.
Listen.
And they're trying to hide him and stuff like that.
And then
and it's like, oh my gosh, he's moving away, blah blah, and we're in love. I do love him. And it's like, oh no. We don't know about love.
in the same breath, yeah. I remember. I actually remember, feeling like it was the end of the world. Like, if that didn't work out, or I didn't get my little lips, or I didn't get a hug. If I didn't get a hug the right way, like.
I remember when I was in school and this girl, so bear in mind, sister had just dropped when like year 7 for me, right? So so the only girls I was attracted to were if they looked like Tamara, right? And I know they're twins, but Tamara, I knew who Tamara was different for me, right? So all my girlfriends had to look like Tamara. So there's one girl that I was fully just, honed in on. She was in the year above. She was in year 8. And we never kissed. We never held hands. And I think that lasted, it seems long when you're young in it, but that must have lasted like 3 weeks or something like that, right? When she broke up with me, I'm telling you, it was like I was at a funeral or something. Like, I was crying so hard. Like, I remember standing I think I even called out. I think I was like, Sarah, no! Like, it was so dramatic. It was so dramatic.
Oh, man.
Sarah,
no!
I remember, that's how I know I can be like, as much as you guys are boy crazy, I get it. Like, when you're that young, you don't know, like, it's all consuming and you can't even explain it. Like, the way I was happy to be in a relationship with no physical contact whatsoever.
Them days, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Just to look at her, innit?
Yeah, just to say that's my girlfriend.
That's my girl, yeah.
And put in my little journal. Crap.
I don't know, I feel like you've got like a personal vendetta against Moesha though.
Yeah, God, Jermaine. Can I say my vendetta about Moesha?
Yeah, no, you go first. You go. And
it's mainly around D, because every time I see her, I just think of Sister Act, and that's it. I can't see her any other way, and I'm like, I don't like her because she wouldn't let
and the competition is
right.
out.
That's right. You wouldn't let Rita live her dreams. I don't want to see you on TV anymore.
Singing there, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Apart from that, that's right. I see her face, and that's all I see. I'm like, she's bad vibes, but that's my only gripe with Moesha, to be fair. And you know what? They do Kim bad. Like, every joke is about her weight. And when you look at her,
she's not even that big.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Where's the jokes coming from?
Back then, it was like, you had to be Margot, innit?
Yeah, because now we've fully embraced normal size women, curvy women,
women
with little fupa, women with back and breasts and little, belly or whatever. Yeah. Back then, what? You been on screen with
yes, mad.
Like, I'm surprised they even got the way they used to go on back then.
Like, it's every other joke. And I just think, no wonder why she's so messed up now, because can you imagine just filming her every day and everything's in jest, but you're always like...
in the back of your mind, it's like, I am actually this weight. This isn't a bodysuit.
Right.
So the writers are writing this stuff in.
Allow it.
Mad.
Allow it.
Go on, Jimmy. Go on. Let us have it with Moesha.
I just think past season 2, Moesha is just becomes this toxic individual. She loses all cool points. She just becomes this nerd that is so out of touch with her friends and like she's not likable. No one wants to be her anymore. Season 1 and 2, you was like, this girl has such swag, and the stuff she says and how she approaches things and how she ain't got time for foolishness and all this stuff. Like, even the way she dressed, everything was just banging. I don't know what happened. As soon as Q comes into the picture, she loses all types of bring-up-see that she's ever had. And I just don't get how someone so likable becomes this absolute just like cringeworthy. Like there's a later episode, I think it's like season 4 or something like that, where she's at Bridgewood or whatever. And this is gonna upset me, because the more I talk about it, the more I just find her so annoying. Like there's this episode where Dee's trying to get rid of all the stuff in the yard. Because she's been there for 6 years, guys. And the couch is nyam out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, like you're just trying to refresh the yard. Do you get what I'm saying? Paint over the walls and that. Moesha's at first she's on board when she's realized she can get some money for the garage sale or whatever. Garage sale. And so and then all of a sudden, like the flip of a coin, she makes it about Dee wanting to get rid of her mum's memory. So then she causes a big old argument at the garage sale or whatever. And fast forward to the end of the thing with the whatever, yeah. Fast forward to that section of the show.
Dear diary.
Oh man.
But I do love this couch though. Oh, fuck off, bro. You made that big massive deal, and then you're just gonna be like, do you know what? She creates drama for no reason. There's, oh my gosh, when she saw Frank and the old there was some counselor woman or whatever came to her college, and then she knew Frank or whatever. She finds out that they used to be like together before he met Dee or whatever, and she imagines this kiss on the porch, and then it's like she's in the classroom with the counselor, and she's like, oh, she's asking all these questions. It's like, it's none of your business, babe.
Right.
It's literally none of your business. And what happens now, even if she does want Frank back, like what are you gonna do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. Oh my gosh. There's one episode where obviously this is in the thick of Q is the enemy, right? And Frank knows it, like, don't even come close to blah, blah, blah. Barbecue. The granddad comes over. The granddad's talking about, yeah, invite who you want, blah, blah, I want your friends there. She's in the den, sees Q standing at the bar. Yeah, Q, like, wonder if you wanted to come to the barbecue. What? Even Q's like, are you dumb, bruv? Like, your dad is gonna be there. Like, what are you? She likes to create scenarios that are eventually just going to explode in front of her face. She wasn't doing that in the first 2 seasons, really. Like before, when she was with Ohaji and all them ting there, she was the one getting. She was the one. She was the one getting effed over, innit? Like, she was carrying on doing all the things that she needed to do, even when she was like auditioning for the cheerleading squad and she didn't get it. To get what I'm saying, like, it was like a natural thing of like, I wanted it, I didn't get it, I thought I didn't want it. Like, she was so relatable in them early episodes, and then it just becomes like, are you dumb? But what? Like, she just makes drama. Leaves now. Oh, I'm gonna sneak out to see Q. I'm gonna do this. The rejection of the car, the big old car.
Nah,
and then
that was mad.
Then you're driving a tank. Disgrating. Oh, do you know
that
what?
Was mad. The car thing always gets me. The car thing always gets me because I just think, can you imagine if, like, my parents bought me a car, a brand new car, and I'm like, nah, I don't like it.
I have so many examples. Do you see when she was doing the modeling competition?
Oh,
you
man.
got that far. when she's doing the modern competition and she acts like she's going on stage and she's like, whatever. And Dee's like, that's Snoop Doggy Dog walk isn't gonna work, right? So she gets through, and then she goes to this poetry thing that, you know, brings her back and makes sure she has like 4 hours sleep before the competition or whatever. Dee's upset. Granted, Dee admits that she was riding her too hard or whatever, but then she's like, I'm not going. It's like, oh my gosh, babe. Like, it's you said yes to this thing, and then you're gonna be like, I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. And then you're all about, oh, you know, I just want to use my my brains instead of my beauty and all this type of stuff. And oh, do you know what? She's just so flip-floppy. And the episode where she's managing CPQ, is it CPQ?
I haven't seen that one.
And Morris Day comes to the competition, comes to the show, and they get this bogus contract at the end of the episode, and spoiler alert or whatever, and she's going on about I'm the manager through the whole episode, trying to take care of everything. And then once again, during that period of time, again, during that period of time, she's talking about, oh, I mean, I haven't really got the heart to tell Q I quit. Oh my gosh. Just leaving your friends high and dry, like, what? Oh, do you know what? There's a lot of things, and it gets worse and worse and worse.
Do you think any of that is Brandy's personality?
1000%.
You reckon?
1000%. I do.
Wow.
Sorry. I feel like the earlier episodes, I feel like it's the natural evolution. I feel like Brandy, she's very natural in that role, because that's just who she is. And I feel like she's a dope actress, but I feel like it just works, like, because that's probably where she naturally was anyway. Right. And yeah, feel free to whatever receipts. I'm happy during the what I want people to know, and it's like, I want to be corrected because I also want to be educated. So if you have any type of opposing viewpoints or whatever, say your piece. But I'm saying from my eyes, yeah, that's who I believe she naturally is. Okay.
I definitely believe there's something in it, because you know the whole verses. The way Monica was going on and like talking, like it was definitely that, like them two were like they had a proper beef.
Yeah.
And Brandy
Rodney said Monica punched her in her mouth.
Oh my God!
Rodney said it.
What? Who said that?
Rodney Jerkins.
Said what interview?
Before, in the Vlad interview, he said before it was either Rodney and they cut to Austin, Dallas Austin.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said Monica punching them out before they went on stage.
Wow.
The first time. They didn't even record Boy Is Mine in the same studio.
Really?
They done it. Brandy done her vocals with Rodney, and then Monica done her vocals with Rodney, but she thought that they would come out too clean for like her style. So then she had Dallas Austin, because he was taking care of her. Right. He had Dallas Austin record the vocals, and they put it together. And Rodney said there was a contract to say that stipulated that they had equal amount of ad-libs.
That's crazy.
That's how
crazy. Wow. The way and I felt like in the verses, Brandy was antagonizing Monica a little.
She was poking the bear.
Yeah. Oh man. I definitely think Moesha and Brandy had the same character, 100%. 100. Even though Brandy's still a legend, but she don't seem like a nice person all the time, you know?
I feel like she's got that Hollywood thing going on.
That's it.
She's obviously vocal Bible, etc., but in terms of conducting herself, like with the no shade type of vibe, like she's incapable of doing that.
Clear.
I feel like there's definitely going to be like, oh, so like you know them underlying underpinnings to the conversation. Like she's definitely going to throw in something that makes it be like, babe, why would you say that?
Yeah.
When she was saying, oh, well, you know, your song that just came out, like, I'm going to go listen to that. Like, send it to me. Let's do a remix. Like, oh my gosh, babe. You know you're not going to do that song with her. You know there's not going to be a remix to that song, babe, with you on it. You know that. Why even say it?
Because people don't want to say what they really think, yeah. But in not saying what you really think, you still look the way you think. Look, if you said what you really thought.
Yeah, just don't say nothing.
I never understand that. Because I'm just like, if it's that you don't want to look a certain way, just you poker face, be strong now.
Yeah, exactly. Just be like, oh, it was really dope.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's really dope. Move on.
Acting chops now.
She's saying she wants to go studio after this and record her verse to it.
Nah, did it? The gas was so mad. Like, come on. Come on. This is the first time you've seen each other in how many years?
But that's Illyrians for you, as I call them.
So true, man. So
Yo,
true.
man. Bye, bro.
Fucked.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, who's watched Girlfriends? Go for it.
Do you know what? Do you know what's mad? That show never appealed to me when I was younger. I just used to think that there's one particular actress in that she just absolutely jars me. And then I just didn't get, like, I felt like it was a bit heavy.
Yeah.
It felt heavy when I was young. It was like, it was like, guys, what are you moaning about today? Like, what guy is it? What job opportunity is it? What argument, beef, girlfriend beef, or whatever it is. But now, as I watch it, as I'm older, the same actress still jars me, but I kind of grasp the concept a little bit more because I get it.
Yeah.
What they were talking about when I was younger, I was so young when it first came out. I didn't understand. Didn't understand a lot of what they were talking about. Like,
this is it.
Or I couldn't relate. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When I watched it, I probably watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and then the rest I've just watched by proxy. Like, it's a big people's thing, isn't it? It's not like Moesha and Sister. I guess because it all kind of came out at the same time. In my head, I'm like, they're all just little sitcoms. But this one's, it's like, it's adult things, isn't it? Like, it's proper. Yeah, I was a bit surprised.
Everything.
That's what I was surprised they do.
And they talk about sex. They openly talk about sex in it.
Wow. No, I didn't. I wasn't familiar. And the trailers that Netflix are showing, I don't think they really showcase it well enough to sell it, because it just looks boring as hell. I feel like even the canned laughter is like ill-timed and low in the mix. Like it looks awful. Like it looks like a drag to watch. So I haven't tuned into it, you know. I haven't pressed play on that at all. I really need
Parker.
The Parkers. That's high priority.
Keenan and Kel.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Oh, that was a good one.
Smart guy. In the house.
Yeah.
In the house, and smart guy, but Disney probably won't release that. They won't.
You know what's mad? The fact that you've reeled all of those things off, yeah? And we talk about representation, especially like now. It's mad because we had all of that, right? Like, I felt like I always saw black people on TV. Maybe not black British people on TV, but there was always something. There was always a black family. There was always like some sort of
US TV.
Yeah. But it's mad that
Fresh Prince is
This
all we
is
had
it.
is Desmond's, and in terms of Black's family sitcom, I can't think of anything else that we had besides Desmond's.
Desmond, that's the only one I can think of.
There was another one. You know Auntie Susu from Desmond's? She had her own thing.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Gloria, no.
Yeah, no.
Gloria's a daughter.
I remember I used to love that, you know.
Yeah. It
Well,
was
Desmond.
hilarious.
Auntie Susu's one.
Yeah.
And we had Ro McCoy, obviously.
Yeah.
Sketch show, isn't it?
But yeah, eventually, obviously, the white people dimmed us out.
That's enough now. That's enough now. They said that's enough now.
You guys are getting way out of hand.
There's too much. There's too much black love. There's too much family.
You guys are really showing yourselves now, so let's just put it back in the box.
And there was nothing for the years, isn't it?
Then we didn't have shit.
Yeah.
Then we had Richard Blackwood only.
Uncle
Richard was there. That's mad. So you know what? So, is there anything that we missed? Like, what would you like to see? Have we missed anything that you'd like to see come back to Netflix? We name them all. We name them all.
Mm.
I think that is it, you know.
Yeah, I just want Keenan and Kel. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think you'd enjoy that now, though?
Hmm?
Do you think you would enjoy Keenan and Kel now?
Do you know what it is? I don't think I would. I think it's the nostalgia. I just think whatever, like, stuff that reminds me of or where I was in my life.
Not being funny.
Yeah, watch it.
When I watched the Sister episode with Keenan and Kel in it, I was on the floor. Because as an adult, it's even more stupid. Like, it's like, obviously, bro, why are you moonwalking for no reason? Like, stupid in a different way. It's so fun. Like, them man are just legendary, man, the way they bounce off each other. I think I would literally be on the floor. I'd appreciate it differently.
You know what the good thing, though, for me, being a dad, it's good that my daughter has that. It's good that she has some of those things that I had growing up. So that's why I kind of appreciate what they're doing, especially Fresh Prince. Like, we watched everything back to back. I think over, like, I don't know, 2 weeks, every night after school she was watching. And it was just nice to have that generational. I watch this. So yeah, it's nice.
What's the reunion?
Oh man, Jesus!
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh man.